EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The kicker, Jake Moody's got it teed up, and we are underway now from Santa Clara. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First play and a first pass for Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Now Murray off play action. That ball caught by Harrison. He's to the 15. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr., 65 yards. And the Cardinals go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Here's Purdy. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And that's going to be incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Ayuk goes in motion. Purdy from the gun. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Purdy now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that's a heck of a moment for your first sack of the game, because if this long drive ends without a touchdown because of that sack, we're going to look back and say that might be one of the biggest plays of this contest.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Out of the gun, Purdy. Escaping the pressure right. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And that's off the left upright, but it caroms right in. How about that? The kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So put 3 on the board. A little bit of a hook on the driver that time. Looked a little bit like you, Charles, over on the 8th at Windermere.
You know me too well, partner, except that he got his to hit a tree and kick back into the fairway.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Murray now. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
Throw left side complete. That's Connor. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us down?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk. 26 yards. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Everybody likes to see the long ball thrown, but when you throw it underneath and you see someone catch the ball, secure it, make their moves, and then turn it into bigger plays, that's a lot of fun to watch as well.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The football going back over to Arizona now. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll bring up second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing now is Murray. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Murray now to throw. That's complete to Michael Wilson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 1. They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. There's a short one caught by Ryman. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Murray giving to Connor on the option. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Murray. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Jacob Cowing deep to receive it. So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Connor. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. Play fake. Murray. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Marvin Harrison Jr. with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Cardinals have retaken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now Purdy. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30 as they've got it as we resume action. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Niners have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 17-14. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McCaffrey, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby. That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Connor going to get it again on second down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance. They're getting off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. And they have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Connects with Kittle underneath. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Shotgun now with Purdy. And this is incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw, Purdy. Throw left side, McCaffrey's got it. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Greg Dortch deep for Arizona. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Caught by Wilson. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Now Murray off play action. That is caught downfield by Harrison. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run behind center with Connor. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 36. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Snap comes to Murray at 1. And this will be swung out here for counter. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
From the gun, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cards have yet again retaken the lead. Ryland on for the extra point. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This complete right side to the tight end Farrell. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 46, here's the 2nd and 5. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Connects with Kittle underneath. And Kittle going to have a 49ers 1st down as he's across midfield to the 48. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Purdy now to throw. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 27-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Throwing here, Purdy. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Here's Purdy. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brock Purdy, an 8-yard touchdown run as they have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out now come the Cardinals. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Niners get there and bring him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
I like the thinking there, because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on third down.
On third down, it's Connor. Shrugs him off. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. Well, the Niners going back on offense now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Purdy looking to throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
But plain and simple, That's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3rd down and 10. Back to throw. Purdy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it. Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback. On the return, Dortch. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Murray. Down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. He's still got a quarter and then some to go. And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it. 3rd and 19. Now Murray. Wilson snags it left side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They'll find Farrell open left side. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. McCaffrey running up the middle. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead. Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too. Play action. Now Purdy working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another. Purdy off the play fake. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46. Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down. Purdy will look to throw again here. That's caught by Jennings. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 26. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit, and that's what he did on that play. I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Man open, here's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Murray now. A short one here, caught by McBride. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's 2nd down. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
This is Connor running right. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Here's Murray. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Now they need 2. Here's 3rd down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter. Throwing here, Purdy. Short pass tip, but caught anyway. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Here comes Dortch on the return. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Murray. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
A give running right is counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. 63 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Can we just take that run and turn it into a kind of a clip and save? Because that tells you everything you need to know about this drive. They've been moving the ball awfully well.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Murray now to throw. Screen pass to Connor. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
Connor up the middle, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
This is 2nd and 8. Again, it's Connor. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He'll get that complete to Harrison. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those...
Kyle Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. Here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Being chased out left. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Purdy now to throw. This is Jennings. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Purdy going to give it to Garindo. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They go play action here, Purdy. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers.
Well, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Purdy and the Niner offense, they'll stay on the field. They'll try to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 12. 1:52 to play. Field goals, useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order. Throwing now is Murray. He's got McBride. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Murray. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
Well, they are not going to go quietly. That's a big play right there. 2 scores down. They're not out of this, but they've got to move.
Now 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Murray. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Trey Brown. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A handoff running right, Garindo. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And some room to work. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.